Hey guys, it's Debbie, and I hope you all are doing well. I hope that you are enjoying this month. Remember, it's Go Red for Women, but I just realized that it is also a National Body Positivity Month, and I know that we all have things about ourselves that we may not love. For me, it's my skin sometimes, and for others of us, maybe it's the color of our eyes or our hair or the way our body looks. But I just want to remind you guys to love yourself. I actually grew up in the era of the 80s, and that was the era of the off the shoulder flash dance type shirts and the leggings and the scrunchies and the whole workout craze. I actually somewhere have my original leggings, my leg warmers from back in the day. But I actually had a friend who to this day, unfortunately, still deals with an eating disorder. And I've always had a passion about that as well, to remind people, that it's so important to not over exercise or, worry yourself about what you're putting in your body. I'm a vegan, and that's by choice. I'm 100% plant-based, and part of that was because I did actually heal myself naturally from chronic illness, and that was something that I wanted to do. But I also saw online that there's a lot of positive affirmations that we can do to remind ourselves of how awesome our body is. Just like literally saying something like, I'm so grateful for my body and how hard it works. And it is amazing. Our family had a wellness industry career for like 17 years where we did massage therapy and other things. And it is amazing when you start to read about, how the heart beats by itself and how many times a day that it actually beats, and that we don't have to breathe our lungs. They actually breathe for us. And I just wanted to remind yourself that your body is beautiful and that you were fearfully and wonderfully made. And, yes, we can change things. We can change our hair color. We can change by putting on makeup. We can change by, putting on different clothes or stuff like that. But just remember how fortunate we are, even if we have aches and pains. And I lived with chronic illness for decades, which also came with that chronic pain. And I recently did a certification for self-care for managing chronic illness and managing chronic pain. And thank goodness I don't deal with that anymore. But so much of that had to do with body, mind, and spirit. Again, what we're putting into our bodies. And we want to make sure that we're moving our bodies. So whether or not you're going to go out and do aerobics, or you're going to do some sort of flash dance or Zumba or whatever it is you're into, just maybe remember to move your body at least once a day. Maybe go on a walk, maybe even walk around the house. I'm not real big about like doing the steps, but I know a lot of people are, and that's something that you can definitely do. And as far as eating clean, again, you just want to minimize the amount of artificial flavors, the artificial toxins that come along with, preservatives and, colorings and all that kind of stuff. Try to just stay away from that as much as you can. And while you're loving others this month, I want to remind you guys to wrap yourself in love and just give yourself, the grace to be wherever you're at right now. So maybe you're on a journey to, walk the parking lot and park further away. Maybe that's like your little thing that you're going to do. Or maybe you work somewhere where you can actually, take the stairs instead of the elevator. Or maybe that's literally walking down the end of your driveway. Wherever it is, just applaud yourself for where you're at. And you can make little changes every single day. That might be drinking more water to keep your, muscles and everything hydrated so that you aren't as so much pain. Maybe that's going to be to cut out certain things that you're eating and drinking, maybe not do as much caffeine, or maybe cut out alcohol, or maybe cut out sugar, or maybe even getting off the screens, like being in front of screens all the time, because again, we're sedentary and we want to move, but you are beautiful. And, maybe make up some positive affirmations for yourself that you can put on the fridge or put on your bathroom mirror, or that you can read every morning when you get out of bed in the morning or when you go to bed at night. tonight just to remind yourself how awesome you are. And, it doesn't matter. It matters, what's on the inside, and let your inside shine through to the outside. When you feel beautiful and you feel good about yourself, it's going to be reflected on the outside. And again, as I've mentioned before, when we push down emotions, they're going to come out in certain ways. That could be aches and pains. I just literally heard somebody saying, a very well-known preacher saying that years and years and years ago, he did not know what was going on in his body, and he'd gone to several different doctors, and he went to several different dermatologists, and they were giving him stuff to put on it topically, but it just wasn't getting rid of it. And he went to another doctor, and I don't know if it was a naturopath or who it was, and the doctor said, I can tell you exactly what's wrong with you. And he's like, really? And he's like, yep, you're under way too much stress. And his skin was literally breaking out in almost like hives just because of the stress that he was under from raising a family and trying to do ministry and traveling and doing mission work and doing all this different stuff. So we overschedule all the time, and that's why it's so important to schedule time for self-care, because I believe that if you're going to do your dreams, or whatever that is for you, maybe that's raising a family, maybe that's helping take care of elder parents, maybe that's starting a business or doing, something that you've always wanted to do, to volunteer, whatever that is, we need to have a positive self-image in order to do that. And we need, in order to do that, to be in the best optimal health we can. And so wherever you are on the journey, just applaud yourself. I'm going to celebrate you. If there's something that you're doing right now that you want me to cheerlead for you, I definitely will. I know people at the beginning of the year always tend to want to, make resolutions, and sometimes that falls off about 6 weeks in, and we're about 6 weeks into the new year right now. And don't beat yourself up if you had a goal that you did not achieve. You can always start over. Every single day is a new day, and just again, start small, just move. I used to do, and I don't do it as much as I used to, and I probably should get back to it. I used to do stretching exercises while I was in bed every single morning before I got up, and I really need to get back to that. I do try to do just a simple qigong practice every morning. That is more or less to ground me and to kind of protect negative energy from around me, but it's also literally helping to move blood and lymph fluid in the body, and it can actually help with energy flow as well. So we all tend to binge watch things and sit in front of screens too long, and again, that's also a way to decompress, but just pay attention to what you're doing. And I hope that you really wrap yourself up in love. And again, if there's anything that you want me to talk about, let me know. I'm just on this global mission for self-love. And when I heard that it was Body Positivity Month, I'm like, that kind of falls into this category. We really need to love ourselves and embrace who we are and embrace where we're at. Feel free to share this. And if you have any comments or any suggestions, let me know. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye.